Yes, so good evening, everyone. Good evening, my people. Ndị aniọma, ụgwọ ndị ọma na-ebu anyị ka anyị na-eje maka anyị gbaba egwu a taa. Mmadụ asị egwu ka anyị ga-agba taa. You're welcome, my good people. You're welcome, good people of Anioma. I still remain your good friend, your best friend, Akolise, Ada Anioma, Ada Delta, Ada Ubulukwu, Ada ụwa niile. Ada ndị mmụọ, ezi mmụọ niile, ezumezu ndị mmụọ, ekenekwe m ụnụ. Ekene Chukwu okike mbọsị tata, kene ikuku, kene ajani, kene chim, kene ezumezu ndị mmụọ, kene ezi mmụọ niile dị na be nsebi ụwa. Okwu nne okwu nna ekene nwe mbọsị tata, atụanị nwe nzụ, atụanị m ndị mụne m nzụ, atụanị m ndị ikuku ọma nzụ. Ekene maka na ma mpọchabe na ekenene m ndị mụnne na nwata ata eteshola ụzọ ụtụtụ okenene ndị mụnna. Have you ever seen a small boy, a young child that will just wake up in the morning and just pass the parents without saying good morning, sir, or good morning, mommy? If there is any child that does that, that means that child is not a good child. He or she is not getting training from the parents. So because we are getting training from our ancestors, we are getting training from our good mothers, we are getting that training from Ezumezu ndị mmụọ. So there is no day I will appear here without greeting them, without giving them their seats that befits them. So ekenekwe m ezumezu ndị mmụọ, ezi mmụọ niile dị na anyị ọbụlụ bensi bienu, na ezi mmụọ niile dị n'ụwa, dị na Delta ụwa niile, ekene atụanị nwe nzụ, ogbe nzụ ada egbu unyi. Kama atụnị nwe nzụ, kama atụnị ndị ọyị m niile, ụnụ niile inye onye mmemme asụ ụnụ atụanị m ụnụ nzụ. asị na ogbe nzu ada egbu unyi ka ọ dị n'ụnụ mma. Ishinishikwu ahụ oke enwe, ishinishikwu ụnụ ga na-aga, ishinishikwu anyị niile ga na-aga. So ife anyị ga na-afụ, ife anyị dị m afụ bụ njọ. Nye ọma ka anyị si akpụ anyị ishu, ụtụtụ nye ọma kpụ anyị ishu, efifie nye ọma kpụ anyị ishu, anyasị nye ọma kpụ anyị ishu. Daalụnụ Chineke. Welcome my good people. Welcome to today's topic. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Today's topic. Very, very interesting. Today is Nkwo. All the Adankwos in the house, I greet you specially. Because all the Adankwos, they are great people. All the Adankwos, the spirit of Nkwo is at work, even at this moment. The spirit of Nkwo is at work, at serious work, preparing Eke. If Nkwo does not prepare Eke, Eke can never function. Yes. So I greet every Nkwos. If you know that you are born on Nkwo Day, I greet you specially. Nkwo borns are great people. They prepare, Nkwo prepares Eke. And when you go to Eke, as in our Eke, and some communities that their market day is Eke, is that Nkwo that prepares Eke. So I greet Nkwo so much, and I greet every Nkwo born here. You are welcome, my good people. Without Nkwo, Eke cannot function. Those good products cannot be taken to Eke to get us good money that will carry us, that will sustain us, that will give us something that we use to train our children. So that is why Nkwo is so powerful. And I am privileged to be among the Nkwo. Thank you very much, my good people. Tonight's topic, we are talking about some trees. Some trees. Osisi in our different families, in our different kindred. Some trees in our different kindred, and some trees in our different families. These days, you see people, they cut down trees the way they like. They cut down trees without asking questions. They cut down trees without performing some necessary rituals. They cut down trees without having a trace of how that tree came into existence. They'll just handle their cutlass or engine, give order, cut down the tree, which is affecting so many of us. So many of us. Let me tell you, some of all those trees you see, even till tomorrow, when you go to some families, you see some trees that are deities. Some trees are deities. Some trees standing in front of your father, that's your father's house. Some trees standing at the entrance of your community. Some of them are deities. And one day you will just wake up and say, yes, I am now a pope or a bishop. You will go and cut it down without following the due process, without inquiring how that tree came into being and why that tree is there. Let me tell you, to some families, there are some trees that the forefathers planted. They brought that tree for a purpose. There are some families that anytime they give birth, the baby will not stay. Or anytime they give birth to a baby boy or a baby girl, the baby will die. You know, that is why that they say that our forefathers, they are more intelligent than we. We don't know anything. The only thing we know is to speak grammar, speak English, big English that will not lead us to anywhere. But our ancient people, of bụ ndị nwe ife a na-akpọ wisdom, ọgwụgwụ isi. That is why they still give this proverb to tomorrow, that they will tell you that ife oye agadi donane hụ nwandu kwụlụ ọtọ oje na-ahụ a, ọsọkwa nwandu ya rịa n'elu osisi oje na-ahụ a. This is applicable to Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus that wanted to see Jesus Christ. Ọkwọdịbadenu. Hey. In fact, this one don't old though, but some of us don't know. You see, our old people, our ancient people, they're too wise. God gave them enough knowledge. God gave them the knowledge that he gave to Solomon. But nowadays, I don't understand the kind of knowledge and wisdom we have. Sorry, if you're joining us, keep liking our video. You like, you comment, and you remain blessed. Ị na-atapụkwa na-atụpụkwalụ gị nzụ na ọ ga-adịkwala gị na mma. Bụ mgbe a na-ekpuchi anyanwụ, ọbịa ga-egbu ya egbu onwe. Onye si na ya ma aga n'ishu, ọ ga-eme n'anya ya aga n'ishu. Yes. Onye si na nyọmọ amalụ ya aka, na in face korokoro e go dey happen, you go dey jump and pass, dey dance over his or her head, whether that person likes it or not. So some of all these trees are deities. They are deities. Some, as I said, maybe in a family like this, they'll give birth to a baby boy and the baby will not stay. Some will be stillborn. Some will be just after a few days, they will go back. And do you know what? These are our old people. When things like that happened, they go into research. They go into research. And once the solution is available, they apply the solution. Oya ka ji asị na sometimes ị na-eme ife okike agba, na-eme ife okike agba, na-renew covenants, na-eme nka, a lot of them. Then they will bring that tree into that family, and all of them will gather, because our ancient people, they live with one heart. And they live in unity and peace. It's not these days that even your own sibling, your own blood and flesh, blood and or they forget at all, for your existence, or forget Nedendo. On them and that is what we are preaching these days. Let that their old system. We want that their old system. Because I could remember that time we were growing up. When I go to my mother's sister's place, you see people will gather. They call this thing at the back of their house, they call it ezuge. Ezuge. That is the name that they call it. Once they finish cooking, they will bring out the pot of food. Everybody will put hand, eat. Even if it's 2 spoons that you're able to take, you'll be satisfied with it because you ate that 2 spoons with joy and happiness. But these days, if you like, eat 1 drum, your problem will still be there. The sadness will still be there because there is no unity, there is no peace among siblings, among brothers and sisters. And you know what brought all this mess? They use the name of Christianity to cover a lot of, how do I put it now? A lot of havoc. They use the name Christianity to cover up after doing what human being is not expected to do. They will use Christianity to cover it up. It's not like then. It's not like then. Up to that, Anna, aja na-egbu mmadụ, Anna na-egbu mmadụ. When you're doing something that is not good, you will think, you have a flashback. I don't want to offend my ancestors. Because the ancestors, they don't wait, they don't give second chance. When you offend them, you face the consequences. But people are running church. I'm a Christian, where they can do what human being is not supposed to do, where they can commit a lot of atrocities because they know and they believe that our God is not quick in anger. But unknowing to them that they are digging their grave. Because any bad thing one is doing in this life, there is a danger, there is a consequences waiting for that person. So don't think you are too smart. Don't think you know it all. Don't think you can jump and pass. You can never, as in, boycott life. So our old people, they will bring this thing, the tree, they will gather together, make a covenant. That might even make a covenant with some people. They use insu and kola nuts. This kola nuts, you see, is very powerful when it comes to the spirit, as in spiritual matters. You see, then they will bury that kola nuts. It depends on what they want to do. What they are doing will determine how many pieces of kola nuts they will use for that particular ritual. They will bury that kola nuts there, put unzu, making a declaration that from that day henceforth, there will be no, as in, any child, any baby boy that they will deliver in that family, in that kindred, will stay. Any new baby boy that will be delivered into that family will come and do what? And stay. As wire as ofo, as wire as a staff. They will now put everything they used in making the rituals. They'll put that inside that ground that they have, as in inside the ground where they are going to plant the tree. And they will put that tree on top those things that they have buried there. They will put the tree, and every day see them watering the tree, making sure that the tree does not die, making sure that the tree is growing, making sure that the tree is healthy. And you small pikin when they born yesterday go just come out, you say you don't know wetin your forefathers know, make them give you cutlass, make you cut them down. By so doing, you will see a lot of troubles, a lot of katakata, a lot of ups and downs. The problems some people are facing in some families today is due to little mistake. Just a mistake of 5 minutes, a mistake of 10 minutes. And that mistake of 10 minutes will linger for years. It will linger for years. And you see then they will start running from one place to another, seeking for solution. Small pikin, we put many people, almost the whole of the family, into everlasting problem that they will be running up and down, seeking for solution, suffering. When they go for work, go for interview, they will turn them back. When they apply here, rejection. That is problem. Plenty problems. And let me tell you, the gospel truth. The real truth there is that there is no amount of prayers, fall and die, scatter by fire, that will stop it. There is no amount of I bind you, scatter by fire, that will stop it. Oh. You have to go back. Go and make consultations. Go and meet the elders of that community. Go and amend things that has been damaged. That is the only solution. That is the only solution. Maybe it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes with just a bottle of beer or 2 bottles of life that they bought for you to just cut down that tree. You will not think of how much it will take you to rebuild. To rebuild a thing is too stressful, too expensive than to spoil. To spoil something is just like this. And when you are spoiling that thing, you just commonize it. You won't see it as anything. You just look at it as normal way of life. You look at it as civilization. Civilization has nothing to do with tradition. Tradition has come and it must stay. Civilization has nothing to do with tradition. If you're talking about civilization, then why do you answer your father's surname? Your father's surname is Wankwo. Why do you keep answering Wankwo? Why do you keep answering Wankwo Juliet? Wankwo Edith? Answer Edith, heaven. You came from heaven. Or Edith Chukwu instead. God has created the world and gave you your own foundation. And out of ignorance, we are rejecting our foundation. Many of us have forsaken our foundation, looking for help where there is no help, seeking for solution where there is no solution. And then we keep turning you up and down, keep telling you cook and book stories, keep telling you that that wench, that a woman that is living in front of your house or beside your house is a wench. Telling you a lot of things. At a point, you'll be confused in life. You won't know where to follow. You won't know where to follow. You won't know whom to believe because they have turned you around. They have done a lot of things. Stop cutting down trees in your family anyhow. You are too small to do that because that tree was not planted by only one person. It was planted by so many deities. So many deities, so many spirits were at present while that tree was being mounted there. Epotai said that you are this, you are powerful, you are strong, you go and cut down. And after cutting down, things will turn around. Poverty will just overtake everyone in the family. There will be no joy, a lot of things. If that tree must be cut down, those spirits, those deities that were present while that thing was being planted, there is a way they will summon them again. Tell them, you beg, yeah, that is you plead. And I go more ago. You go more yellow gefe or no fellow. You go more, you give them, you respect them, you acknowledge them. If you cannot respect them, you cannot acknowledge them, then how do you respect your parents? How do you acknowledge your parents? There are good spirits. I keep telling you this. There are good spirits. There are spirits that are there to save. There are spirits that are there to, as in, there are spirits that gives children. There are spirits that gives money. There are so many spirits that are in charge of all these things. I keep saying it. I keep saying it here. There are bad ones. We have bad ones. But what we are preaching is the good spirits. Allow them to, as in, to have their position in you. Allow them to have their position in your destiny. And you see that you will, that is, there will be a lot of joy. Your heart will be, that is, you'll be joyful at all time. Even when you don't eat, you see yourself. That is, you see people asking you what is the secret. Maka na gị na chi gị so. Some of us have abandoned their gods. They have abandoned them. They keep deceiving a lot of you. They keep deceiving a lot of you. Those people that deceive you, they have cleared their way. Clear go their way, see liege. They have time. They have time. They keep suffering you. Just roaming around them because they want people around them, and you choose to be one of them. You choose to be one of them. You refuse to wake up from sleep. You refuse to wake up from sleep. Stop cutting them. Stop cutting them. So that you start enjoying the benefits of this life. You start enjoying the benefits of this life. If you must cut down, go and make consultation. Know the deity that lives in that tree. If it's a good one, it's not even advisable for you to cut down. You know why some bad spirits torment and dominate some all these things? You will see some trees they say bad because the good spirit that came to stay there, the good spirits that were initiated there, you did not welcome them. You did not use them the way they are supposed, as in you did not place them where they are supposed to be. You abandoned them. You left them. You left them naked. And the bad ones will just jump in and possess that environment or that place. But if you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, ị na-ekpepụ lụfa, nke ọbụla si gị kpee lụfa, oge elu a ga-eji nyefa nni, oge elu a ga-eji mefa nke mee, you do those things you're supposed to do. There will be no vacuum for the bad ones to penetrate. They will see the opportunity. They can never see the opportunity, not to talk of dominating. Because you know one thing about these bad spirits, once they see a little space, they will enter. And once they enter, they will start living and start spreading. They are quick in spreading, as in the environment or in a particular place that they have dominated. They are good at that. You don't give them the chance. You don't give them the chance. It's just that some of you that goes to, as in, if you go to church, you are good at going to church. 2 weeks you did not visit church. It looks as if your spirit is dying, is going down. It's just dying gradually. Your spirit is going down. But the moment you visit your church again, you engage yourself in worship, in praises, you see your spirit coming up, coming back to life, coming back to life. You just see your spirit, coming back to life. That is what we are talking about. Africans, we have tradition. Don't forsake your tradition. Don't forsake your foundation. You have foundation. Where is your foundation? Go back and look, and that is amend your foundation. That is why they say that trees are like human beings. Trees are like human beings. When you see trees in dream, when you see a living tree in your dream, it signifies a human being.
And when you see the one that is dead, that that is that one that they call firewood, it signifies that is dangerous sickness or dead body. So you can see how spiritually powerful this tree, you commonize it, you call it common tree. You can see how spiritual powerful trees are to us. Stop killing them. Stop cutting down trees that you did not plant. Stop cutting down trees that your forefathers planted. Ndị be anyị sị na nwata ada awụba egwu. Go back to that proverb. Go and meditate on it. Nwata ada awụba egwu. The music, you don't even know how it started. The music, you don't even know the person that sang it. Eposha says a little boy, a little, he will bear you because you are wise or because you have started making money. The money, the little money you started making will now blind your that is your eyes. Some of our young ones, because they have started making small change, because they have started making small little money, they don't have regard for the gods of the land. They don't even have regard for mere human being, their elders they see every day. Not to talk of the gods. And that is why you see them. You see their ways. You see a lot of problem. You see them falling into troubles. No day without trouble. No single day without trouble. Bikonu. Akolise is begging. And Akolise is preaching. Let's remember, as in our old days, the days of the old. Let's remember the days of the old. It will help us a lot. It will change, as in it will bring a lot of changes. It will bring a lot of changes. You see, if you go to some villages, go to your village and find out. Go and look for any cherry tree. Odala. Odala. Do you know the kind of spirit that dominates such trees? Do you know the kind of spirits that dominates such trees? Eh? Do you know the kind of spirits that dominate such trees? Witchcraft spirits. Witchcraft spirits. Do you know why it's like that? Do you know why witchcraft spirits like to dominate every single cherry tree in your community, in your village? Ndị be anyị sị na ọ dalacha ọwa ilo. Ọ dalacha ọwa ilo. God. Achọrọ ka unu chaa. Achọrọ ka unu wee ilo. You know the witches that they have eyes here, they have here, they have here, they have everywhere. They have, their eyes are everywhere. That is why they said they have 4 eyes. How many eyes do they have? Who can tell me? How many eyes? How many eyes do they have? The witches. Me, I call this, I have 2. The witches, they have how many? Odala Chowelo. Odala is a great tree. A tree that gives prosperity. A tree that when you cut out, as in the body, just cut out from it, use it to do anything, as in progress, it works fast for you. When you use the roots to prepare favor soap, or it work fast for you. What a lacha way, Lord. But these people don't want that progress. That is why they like to dominate that tree so much. They like to dominate it. They don't want, that is the glory of people from that community or from that family to shine. They don't want their glory to shine. They don't want their glory to appear. They don't want their glory to come out. They don't want them to enjoy their glory. So if you are wise enough, if you have knowledge, this traditional knowledge we are talking about, you will know the procedure, you know things that you do to push them out from that tree. You push them out. You vanish them there. It will no longer be their meeting point. In the village, once it's 7 o'clock, it's time, fia, 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 fia. Some of you start shouting, Holy Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire, die by fire. I'm about die by fire. Every day. And you shout it today. Tomorrow they will come. Before 7, they will appear. You will shout again. Die by fire. Hmm? Die by fire. But there are some little things you will do. There are some little things you will do. You surround that place. You surround the roots of that tree. Once they see it, they can never gather there again. And once they stop gathering there, once they stop meeting there, once they stop using that place as their point of meeting, place of meeting, you start seeing your family growing. You start seeing your family growing. These things are real. Like if you go to some markets, like okay, if you go to some town, you will find out that you see a very mighty tree, either representing the deity of that town or the points as in where the founder of that town settled. There must be a mighty tree. You can see the significance of planting trees in various homes. Don't neglect it. Don't commonize it. It has strong effects. So when you enter, when you visit a community market, you must find out that there must be a big tree standing, either by the side of that market or at the middle of that market. And if you have spiritual eyes, you will find out that the deity of that market lives under that tree. Ọkwa eji sị na ndị amụọ na-azụ afịa. Ịsụcha nke gị na as a human being, ndị amụọ once it's night, they start their own. Even during the daytime that the livings are there, if You have spiritual antenna. You feel the movements of the spirit in that market. You feel it. Unless you are just jabba, 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 jabba person. If you have spiritual antenna, when they move, you will feel it. You will feel it. You will not see them, but you will feel it. I know that the spirits are moving among the living. Spirits moves among the living. Deities moves among the living. Deities moves among the living. Some people that have spiritual, that have that are high in the spirit a bit, they feel it. Sometimes you might even hear voice. They'll just say something, echo something. The voice will not be clear, to just echo. By the time you turn to see who is talking, you will not see anybody. Then, if you are a spiritual someone, you start asking questions where that voice is coming from and what that voice needs at that moment. And when you ask that question, they will answer you. If you are walking in the spirit, they will answer you. But some of us that don't know anything, they don't even know what happened. They don't even know what transpired. They are just there making noise. That is empty vessels. Empty vessels. That guy just start na ga-azụ kafia. Ayamana kafia. That is also after alone. So, my people, my good people, my brothers and my sisters, please stop cutting down trees. Please stop cutting down trees. Tomorrow is Eke. Tomorrow is Eke. I want a woman that I'll just drop just a recharge card here tomorrow for you. And let it be a woman. I want to start with a woman like me. I want to drop a recharge card of 1,000 naira here tomorrow. Let me see your comments. Let it be a woman. Let it be a woman. A woman that has been following my videos, not just a passing by. Just a woman that has been following my videos. I will do Sunday for that woman tomorrow. It's going to be a giveaway recharge card. If you are using MTN, indicates you are using MTN. If you're using, if I'm not going to choose, you have to indicate if you want. I'm not going to choose. I'm not going to choose. I'm not going to point. Just indicate if it's MTN you are using or Glow, indicate it, or Airtel. Just say I indicate your network. Tomorrow is Sunday. Thank you, my good people. You are welcome. I love you all. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone. The men in the house, they said ladies first. So that is why we are starting with a lady, a woman like me. So we are coming to the men of the house. So please bear with us. We are coming to compensate you. And we know that your own is always great. Remember that after cooking, if they're dishing soup for our daddies, if I'm dishing for my husband, I have to make sure that I dish it carefully so that it doesn't send me packing, you know. So we have to arrange for our brothers, the daddies of the house. So let's start with the ladies first. You know, we pet women, we pet ladies. So let's start with them first. Thanks so much. Should I continue on this cutting down some powerful trees in our family, or we call it a day and continue from where we stop tomorrow? Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Still remember your accolades and my number 070 536 41478. Thank you so much. Have